Get chopped in. He's
chopped,
at the minute, yeah. It's not O'Keefe, obviously Fight Talk, and I am joined by the victorious, the housewife's choice, the devilishly good-looking Chris Fields. Big win, Chris. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long, 18, 19 months. It's good to get back in. Disappointed I didn't get the finish. My wife's gonna give me a hard time about saying that all the time, but I am always saying I like to finish fights. So it's only my second decision, and it's my first win by decision.
Looking at the fight, it looked like you were going to finish it. It was the Chris Fields special. You had the Dash out locked up. It was tied up, and we were looking at it in the stadium, going, "Why is this guy not either asleep or tapping?" I
was on top of him saying the same fucking thing. I was like, "Come on, dude!" And I actually thought he tapped him and said you kind of rolled, and Cottle shouted from the corner. And I was there, was that a tap? But the ref didn't say, and I think Cottle was just trying to, which I've done plenty of times as well.
The old acting career coming in there for Cottle tapping.
Yeah. Well, he tapped Henderson, run them up. So it was. He was tough, man. I think that took it out of him. Then he looked like he had less fight in him after those few attempts. I think he dug deep to get through them. I'm surprised he didn't go out though. I'd be known for that submission.
You were calling Callum Liston not too long ago up in Clamwards with the exact same thing. It looked like when it was synced in, our cameraman Joe there behind the camera was like, he's asleep, he's gone. Third round.
Don't say that now. Callum's going to think he's better than me. The bollocks. So show him.
You alluded to it in a couple of other interviews where you said you gassed after that.
Yeah.
Was that I was looking at you in between rounds and you were raising the arms up?
You're trying to get the blood back or blood out. You're at the filling up because I was like squeezing with everything I had. It's not really a power choke. Like there's a lot of technique to it, but you do need that pop to finish. Especially when I got the position, I was there rising, not tapping, so I got to go bring the elbows together. And then like you're supposed to go here, but I kind of went to everything, and then my arms felt heavy. I kind of felt like. I took a minute off at the start of the third and tried to throw some long shots. He looked tired too, so he was almost allowing it to happen. And we got into a couple of exchanges. I think I was annoyed about this, but I think I was happy enough just let the clock run down. There
was a good clinch though in the third round where you got the clinch and you landed the knee, and I thought that was going to be the start to the end there as well.
Yeah.
Back.
He was tough, man. He could take some shots. He was taking those head kicks kind of just on the hand and just soaking them up, not a bother to him.
But as well with the knee, you followed it down with an inside elbow as well. Is that something you're working on?
Elbows a lot. I broke my hand. So I was working a lot of elbows when I broke my hand, not just now, like when I'd done it before. So I've been working a lot of combinations with the elbows, but I'd like to improve my distance management. That's something I want to go. I'm sure that's what everyone's going to say after the fight. Or that's where he looked. That's where he looked like he had a problem. I felt good in the clinch, felt good in the ground, felt like I controlled. He comes from a very top jiu-jitsu and MMA team in Berserkers, and he's got a very good record. And he's beat his last fight. He beat a previous Barma champion and stuff. So he's a good guy. It's a good win for me.
How hard is it that's your fourth contract signed and it's the first time you've stepped into the cage? How hard is that in preparation? We're joking and laughing about it. It's like sex and never getting the climax.
Yeah.
But how difficult is that? Like when you sign the opponent, like right up until you're standing across the cage looking at him, you don't know this fight is going on.
Yeah, and I suppose most of the guys don't have that because they haven't been through the same thing as me. So they're just like, they assume in their head they sign the contracts happen. So it's hard to get to them. I've got good guys around me, so I get motivated, but it's hard to be like, right, this is definitely going to happen. And then this happened with the hand, just yesterday, and I was kind of like, I'm not fucking again. I can't. It's going to look like I just don't want to do it, and I keep getting to the point, you know what I mean? And so I just lied, said it was gone.
Nice little segue into there. You said the point in a different way, but here we are in the point.
Yeah.
At the point in Gdansk, I think it was.
Crazy,
how weird
right?
is that being the hometown fighter and hearing I'm willing the crowd on to go, will you ever start? You'll never beat the Irish.
Well, obviously the Irish were up. The people that did buy this morning were up the back somewhere because all the Poles were around the front of the cage screaming for him. To be honest, I'm a big guy from Ireland, so there was never really fights in Ireland when I was coming up. So I travel a lot, so I was used to being the bad guy. So it doesn't really bother me.
What's the plan now? Momentum is a big thing in the fight game. It's something that's stopped now. Your last two fights have been 2 victories. 18 months in the difference between them though. So how important is it? I know you're talking about possibly having an argument with the wife about competing in December if she allows it, but how important is momentum now for Chris Fields?
I think either December or kind of like February or something. I'm not. I had as everyone knows, I never stopped talking about him, but I had a kid like 2 years ago, and I don't go out and party as much, so Christmas won't be as crazy as it used to be. So February will be easy for me. So if it's not December, hopefully something in February or something like that. But I just want to get my ships in order. I find when I do the camps, I take a bit. I try not to. Like I was down the gym yesterday with my guys, making sure they're sparring correctly and all. So and there's not many coaches that are going to do that. Weigh in, then go back to the gym to make sure the guys are up to scratch. But I find I take a little bit of time away from my guys, so I'd like to get back in there for a month or so and figure everything out.
I know it's something we spoke about you on the show about training these guys now, these young killers that you have coming out of swords, it's allowing you to go back to your fundamentals as well. But we've seen a lot of skill moves in there tonight, like that Kimura trap and everything it's beautiful work. Again, that's got to go down to working along with Chris as well.
Tom.
Chris.
Yeah. I played a Kimura trap. I've played it for years. It's something. Cottle's the best guy I've ever met at defending it because he got it done to him so many times over the years. But I think I'm just. I've said this a few times lately. I think the gloves are just off for me. It's not that I don't care anymore, but like I don't feel like I need to fight anymore. So I can go out and kind of just let it go a little bit more and try stuff with that. And like if I end up in bottom, which happened in one of them, and I'm getting punched in the face, so the fuck off. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to paint a beautiful picture with someone's blood. You know what I mean? Rather than being afraid to do stuff and all. You know.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the housewife's choice, Chris Fields, the victorious Chris Fields, and well done, me man, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And
Can't bump. Back, baby.
Up the